Hey folks, this is Nathan Shep here from Top Fly Guide Service, here to show you how to do a dry fly cast versus a nymph or streamer cast. I see this a lot mostly when dry fly fishermen come out. They cast their nymphing rig like they do their dries. They continuously false cast and they don't let it hit the water, and they have a nice tight loop going with the indicator rig, in which indicator rigs, typically have 3 to 4 moving parts. So we have our indicator, right, and we have 2 flies. Some of us use split shot, some of us use 3 flies. So our dry fly cast, we want a nice tight loop going. We want to pretend there's a bar right here, and our wrist is going to stay on that plane when we're casting. It gets that nice tight loop going. A little tangle here. So I'm going to pretend there's a bar right here. Watch my wrist here. It stays on that plane. We don't want to break our wrist when it's behind us. We don't want to come back here and break the wrist. But we want to try to keep that line nice and tight loop. So with our nymphing rig, we want to open up that loop a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back, but then kind of come up and over the top a little bit. And that's going to open up our loop and allow our flies to land on the water. And the other thing I like to see too is that when people cast the nymphing rig is to let the flies hit the water every time in front of you. That's going to keep our rig coming out straight when I come back and do my false cast. So pretend I have a nymph rig on here now. I'll watch my wrist again. So I'm going to come back and I kind of come up over the top a little bit. Come back straight out, up over the top a little bit. That really opens up my loop instead of getting that nice tight loop going. And it's going to you're going to tangle less. You got a really big probability of getting a tailing loop with fishing nymphs and trying to false cast like you're dry fly fishing. So if you're not, follow us on YouTube and like us and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Tight lines, everybody.